Welcome back. Daily Show, 9:24 is the time on this Tuesday morning. Joining us now, Sergeant First Class Victor Hernandez, the Illinois Army National Guard. And really cool to have you in the studio. And it's, really great just to talk to you a little bit before we come on the air about just some of the, great benefits of, being a part of the National Guard, and just seeing some of the efforts that have been made through your tenure in the Chicagoland area and then through the Granite City, Collinsville area. Now we're here, and, it's just a really great place to be. Take me through the last couple of weeks getting into town before we go into anything else relating to the Guard.
Okay, well, so good morning, everybody. So it's been a journey, it's been a journey. I've been in 18 years now in the National Guard. October will be 18 years.
Wow.
And it's been a journey. It's been completely changed my life. It's just been awesome. Mm-hmm. For the last 2 weeks, it was really just being part of the community, meeting individuals. I was at the National Ascension, the memorial.
Isn't that incredible? I mean, that's just
so
such a
awesome.
Beautiful thing, And to me, if there's like 600 people there,
it was a great day. It was a little hot, but man, it was just awesome seeing the old veterans, seeing just everything from the beginning till the end. Like I stood around and just was in awe, just looking back at history and what Grafton's doing in that area to really support the veterans and support the community, support the military in general. Like it was just awesome.
Well, and whenever you're coming back in, and I'm sure connections are one of the biggest parts of what your role is now, because of just the blueprint and the imprint that that is trying to be made. Take me through how you would like to get to know this community better, and how you would like to collaborate too.
Okay, awesome. So I think that's key, and that's like paramount to anything, to any organization, to just anything in life is building relationships, right? And basically, there was one individual that I met a couple years ago. He's down in Alton, Scott Mandrell, very fellow veteran, and just
he's a wonderful man,
decorated veteran, and just all around just awesome guy.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, this is the new area. It was like 2 weeks ago, and I just want to get plugged in. I want to build relationships. I want to bring the presence of the National Guard in the community so that they know that So not only, we're in the military, but we serve locally. We're every day, we're firefighters, police officers, teachers, you name it, and you don't know they might be in the Guard because we serve part-time, and, we have, so we always have that ability to go full time, but we enjoy our families, we enjoy our community, we enjoy the events, and when the nation calls us up, or the state calls us up for natural disasters and humanitarian missions, or just local events, parades and stuff like that, we're always ready to answer that call and to serve the state.
Well, and see, that actually leads into the first kind of questions I wanted to ask, and that's just getting to know the role of the Guard a little bit more, and what someone could expect if this is an avenue they're wishing to explore.
Okay, yeah. So that's a great question, because the role of the Guard is, there's many different facets of the National Guard, right? We play a lot of different roles, and it's kind of a dual role. So it's federal and state, so local. So on the state side, say for example the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, when that happened, we were actually activated. A lot of different units in Illinois were activated to assist the local authorities. When it comes to for example, we were building tents, we were transportation, dropping off defibrillators, doing COVID tests, we were activated in that area. And then floods, right? We're in a flood area, right? So I was part of a mission in Chicagoland area when the Des Plaines River flooded, and we were actually, filling up sandbags. We're saving, businesses. We're helping, family members out of their home, off their garages and stuff, and just kind of transport them to the area. So we do a lot of that. And then federal side is, whenever the nation calls us to defend, we're ready. But there's so many different facets, because
and see, that's where I cut you off, because,
that's
I think so many times whenever I hear National Guard, I always think of an unrest scenario, but it's not. There's so many more facets, and all of them are highly important and valuable assets to the nation. There's no, what's what's greater, but whenever it comes to the first response efforts on natural crisis, and being a part of community related, assets, I think that's really where I get the most excited for potential, because you're seeing a direct impact sometimes right there in your own neighborhood, or, in the state in which you live, or just the country you live. But most, a lot of it really ties into truly helping people firsthand. Am I on to something?
No, you're 100% right. You're 100% right.
I was like, I hope I'm on to something, because that's really what I get from just watching and seeing the interpretation of the National Guard, because of just how the response efforts are. And whenever you're meeting with a prospective recruit, what's that conversation look like? Is it more of getting to explain the role, or is it just kind of, I guess feeling out, what their excitement or interest is for joining, our nation's armed forces?
Bingo. I mean, that's the first thing, is, like I said, going back to building a relationship, right? So, we're going to have an intimate relationship when we, talk about, everything about this person's life, because if they're genuinely interested in joining the military, like, I want to know, why, how can the National Guard, help this individual, to use it as a stepping stone to like just propel them into the success, right? So I just get to know them. I mean, on my last soldier, actually shipping out to basic training here pretty soon. But I just said, hey, so, what's your interest? What's your hobbies? And we started talking about, video gaming and stuff like that. And he's a senior, just graduated. So, we just started talking about that. And then I said, well, what strikes you interesting about joining the Guard? And I mean, there's him individual for this individual. He wanted to, he just wanted to explore the benefits, for college benefits. Right. And then I had previous soldiers that just wanted to serve their country. They just wanted that pride and patriotism just to go out there and just serve. So
what is to you been the most beneficial component of being a part of the Illinois Army National Guard, and what it's done for you? Is there one that you can single out? So again, it's like dual. So in the military, I mean, you have what's called a MOS, a military occupational specialty. So my first MOS was we call it 88 Mike. Everything has an acronym in the military. It's 88 Mike, or it was a truck driver, right? So that was just awesome. I did a lot of just state missions, running cargo and just personnel and things from across the state, across the nation. So I had highlights in that, and just seeing the open road and things like that, bonding with your brothers, and sisters in the military. And then the next MOS was 79 Tango, which is actually a career counselor and recruiter. So not only do I recruit, like I counsel and I guide and I mentor throughout the whole, from recruitment to actually in their unit. And when they're in their unit, I actually am still there. And that's one of the best things about being a representative recruiter for the Guard, is that we actually stay with our troops, and we don't really rotate to go somewhere else. We stay with them. So real quick, the one that really kind of bring up to my mind was a soldier that I enlisted right after he graduated. Went through the whole process and everything. He wound up getting in the military. So I seen him go through basic training in AIT, right? Graduate high school, go through basic AIT, come home, start college, right? He got married. Okay. He invited me to his son's birthday party. They had a child. And then afterwards, he became my assistant as a recruiting assistant. So fresh from high school, 5-6 years down the road, he's a sergeant now. Fantastic.
I've seen his whole story, and now he's working with me, out there in the community. So that's a great one. I just also be part of that.
Well, and so going forward, if someone's looking to reach out and learn more about the benefits, because there are so many to choose from, but also, and not even, we use the word benefits and perks, but for the individual too, because you're getting something out of this, that, and I will never be, I can't speak to this because I'm not part of it, but just from what I hear from the veterans we have on the show and different groups, is that it changes who you are as a person for the better. And is that kind of true?
Yeah. Again, you're like 100%. I mean, you're sure you're perfect for the military. So I mean, what I've been seeing, the trend lately, what I've been seeing in this generation is a lot of the structure and discipline, and being part of something like, organization, club, or just, clique, if you will, that's greater than, themselves, greater than what they see around. So being part of something, right? So, that's just in a benefit benefit in its own, and you get a networking resource with everybody. I mean, like I said, we have lawyers and police officers, chiefs, that are in the military, so you get a network a lot. But one of the greatest things too is the educational benefits. By far, the National Guard has the best educational benefits, compared to a lot of other branches, because we get both federal and state benefits.
Wow.
So the Guard pays, it's called a tuition waiver. We waive any, university, college that's in Illinois. We waive the tuition, and then individuals that use the financial aid, they actually get the refund check on that to use towards housing, cars, food, and stuff. So it's very beneficial, and that's just a small taste of all the different benefits. I mean,
how do we reach out to you to join up, or do you have an office?
Yeah, so we have two offices in the area.
Okay.
One's in Belleville, one's in Alton. The best part to reach me, the best way to reach me would be on my Instagram page or my cell phone, because the first part is just talking, just being I'm a normal guy. I have a family. I'm married,
Yeah.
I'm in school right now, finishing up my degree too.
Oh, fantastic. Yep. Congratulations.
Thank you. So, yeah. So
what's the phone number or Instagram handle so we can get people out there?
Okay, yeah. So on Instagram, it's really simple. It's I Guard Alton.
Oh, there you go.
So it's IGUARD for Illinois Guard. So just I Guard, and then Alton, because our office is based in Alton. And then the cell phone number is going to be 618 910-2199. Again, that's 618-910-2199. Forgive me, because we change the numbers all the time. I just got this one 2 weeks ago.
I get it. We'll link everything in a write up on RiverBender.com. And seriously, you're welcome back anytime to fill us in on more of the efforts of recruitment, and also just ways that the Illinois Army National Guard's here to help, and also just to put a spotlight on you guys too.
Yeah, I would definitely look forward to coming back. It's just, I guess, with the 18 years of experience in recruiting and just being in the military, and, being here in the area, I do have a lot of stories. I love to just talk. I'm a talker. And so, thank you so much for allowing me on the show. I appreciate it. I'm very grateful. Not
a problem. 9:37, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break. Daily Show on a Tuesday comes right back to you next.
Looking for